Welcome to the Bear Cave. About to do some PC stuff. Basically got a... Not that system. Sorry. Didn't mean to get y'all excited. This system. Basically got a computer swapped out for my mom, but this is the one she had. And I definitely started cleaning it before I started filming this because it was pretty rough. So let me get this all figured out. So there we go. Alright, so we're gonna get this repasted and everything. We're gonna get it's a Ryzen 5 3200 Golf. Sorry, Ryzen 5 2400G. So Ryzen 5 2400G. We're gonna put a little video card in. I'll talk more about that here in a second, but here we go. And let me get this all set up real quick. There we go. Alright. So right now, I have to get this repasted. Let's see. Let's set this back up. I had to turn the PC on earlier to fucking heat up the paste and get everything set up, and yeah, that was cool. So, oh crap, did I bring? Oh, I got paper towels. I got this, and then I just kind of do a little bit of that. Don't like that. Down a little. There we go. Now I can adjust it the way I want. There we go. Alright. So I'm gonna get the GPU out of the way. I'm just gonna set this up here. Get this keyboard out of the way. The bench was a little messy. I was doing some redecorating of sorts. So let me just turn this. Oh, there we go. Okay. There we go. Alright. So, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get this. I'm just gonna basically just let it soak in for a second. I'm gonna do this a couple times more than likely. Let that soak for a second. Start swirling it off. Oh, this is this is old paste. Super old paste. Super old. Oh. There we go. I'm watching a couple streams of my own right now. I don't even know who's on right now, but shout out to it's Solo Troll playing Smite. So check him out, he's dope as shit. But yeah, let's clean this up. Something's not right. Okay. Right. So let's wipe. She's not ready with that. Well, I'm just tripping. Did they put... Whoever built this computer, I wonder if they put fucking thermal paste on the entire, all the fins. I'm not sure, or they're just dirty. They're probably just dirty, but still. I'm gonna clean this off very thoroughly. I'm not gonna fuck around with this one. I gotta pull the CPU out here after this. Alright, so that's looking pretty good. Re-spray. Scrub. One more time. That's looking a lot better. Alright, so we'll leave it at that for now. And you can see it's pretty crusty around there, so we got to get some of this dust out. Not some, but all. So I got my little, nothing more than compressed air. We'll fucking knock all that shit out. There's not really much I can do. I'm doing this into kind of a bin so all the dust gets caught and not sprayed everywhere. But alright. It's getting cold, so I'm gonna lose the compression, and unfortunately I only have one fucking compressed air. That's it. So we're gonna go at this a little bit old school for a second. Get some of this crust out. Just dust. Really. Not crust. Not actual crust, it's fucking dust. But there we go. Let me just break some of that out. Should be able to blow it out here in a little bit. Oh shit, it actually worked. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere, guys. Alright. Alright. So let's see. So thanks for joining in. Just doing some PC stuff. Oh, that's air. Oops. Let me get this nice and wet. And honestly just go through and see if I can get some of this stupid ass dust around here. And yeah. In fact, I wonder do I have to turn my phone like this? Or like this? Okay. I just want to make sure I can see the chat in case y'all want to ask questions. Free tech advice is, you know, for whatever I can, whatever I know. No expectations there. But, let's see. So, yeah, we're focusing on the CPU cooler right now. Just refurbishing, quote unquote. I actually swapped out my mom's computer. This is her old computer, and I gave her a newer one, which fit her needs a lot better, which is literally doing puzzles online. And by puzzles, I mean jigsaw puzzles. Like, yeah. So, I gave her another computer with integrated graphics, but it was a pre-built HP that was hot garbage for what I thought it was when I was a super amateur. I thought I knew what I was doing. And I bought that thinking I was cool and I could upgrade it, got everything, you know. And yeah, no, not the case. So if you ever buy one of those big OEM part type or OEM fucking computers, just know that you're probably not going to be able to upgrade shit on it. And that's very generally, I'm sure there's always exceptions all over the place, but you know, that is what it is. Alright, so let's see. We're going to go through and in fact, let me check something real quick. Shit. Hang on, guys. Yo. 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 Sound check. Okay, fair enough. Alright, so there's like a 20-second delay at least. But that's alright. Alright, cool. But at least I can hear myself. Awesome. Alright, so let's get this going. Alright. Alright. Alright, let's do this. Alright, so now we'll pull the CPU. AMD CPUs are pretty simple to pull out. I feel that Intel's are sometimes a puzzle. I don't know, maybe I'm just a dumbass. It's totally possible. But AMD, you just pull it down a little bit. And don't do that. Should have been dependent. That's the real question. Usually they stick in there pretty good. That was not what I wanted to do. But if I bent a pin, I've fixed them a million times before, it's not going to be the end of the earth. Nope, I got lucky. Alright, cool. Some excitement on Warbear Tech's gaming stream. Alright. It's funny, I've never had them pop out like that before, but that's alright. So what I usually do here, actually, here it is I'll get the AM4 socket. Just a little tech tip. Here's one of your first tech tip of the night. Oh shit, did I bend the pin? I don't think so. But oh shit. Oh wait, did I? No, okay. We should still be good. But first tech tip of the night is when I clean off my AMD CPUs, I'll put them back in the slot, the AMD slot, because it gives you a little bit of a rise, and then you can just sit there and fucking clean it off. So I just, of course, typical cleaning solution, isopropyl alcohol, as high of a percentage you can get, so it dissolves that stuff a little bit better. And then you can always just weigh your thing down. Oh, that's in the way, huh? So I just weigh the other end down with something, and I'll just kind of start going at it. So I'll put a little alcohol on it, and then a little on the tip where I'm about to go, just the tip though, you know what I'm saying. We'll go to town. Kind of dab it at first. Start getting the bigger kind of pieces melted down in a sense. And then kind of wiping the easy stuff off. And then what I don't have is a scraper right now, which kind of sucks. My whole toolkit's in my car. But we'll make one with this. There we go. Put a little alcohol in there. There we go. There we go. We'll just fold all this stuff up. You might be able to see it kind of caking upwards. And then I'll kind of just smooth that out and smear it off. Roll that up into my paper towel. Rinse. No pun intended. And repeat on this side. Well, not all sides, obviously. Can't believe the fucking CPU fell out of the socket like that. Never seen that before. Maybe it's tilted and I can't see it on this bench. But, fuck. At least it's not like the most expensive CPU. It's a fucking pretty basic one. But still, CPU is a CPU at the end of the day when it comes to just a general computer. Like, computing, CPU is still worth something. And now, I got most of the chunkies off, except for this bottom part. Which will work on that. This paste fucking sucks. Or it's old, I should say. Okay. Got a new piece of paper towel. Take the rest of this shit. Okay. Alright, now we can just get the IHS totally clean. So I'll actually put some more on here. Let it kind of sit. This is already wet from it, so I'll just kind of wash it off now. Almost quite literally. Then I get the dry part and really just dry it off. And then, I mean, you can see just drying it off, there's like nothing on the towel, so we're getting close to no thermal paste on it whatsoever. I'll get the other side. And just start making sure we got some of that side thermal paste off. Don't wanna. Oh, there's a lot on this side shit. Okay. So we'll just do that. Fold that in. That leaves the other flat. Perfect. Right, last side. Right here. Final touches. Should be good now. Okay. And there you have it. Just fresh IHS, no paste for the most part. But I have a little OCD, so I'm going to go over it one last little time. Not that it's a very hot chip at all, but yeah, it's just is dissolving. Okay, cool. So let that cool off. Cool off. We'll let that fucking air out for a second. I think we're good overall, but let me close this so I can take a look. Oh, you know, I'm an idiot. Close it and then open it. So another tech tip for AMD sockets, AM4 sockets, as far as the case goes, is if you have it in it, you can kind of close it, flip it over. But if you want to check it out, you know, you open it. You can either pull it out like normal, or you can flip it over, let it rest like that, and then flip it, and you can kind of literally just inspect it in the tray without having to like actually do anything. You can do that with any CPU. I'm a little concerned about this one now. but fuck. Oh well. Alright. So, we'll go ahead and flip that back over. So what we gotta do now is get all this random shit out of the way from different projects. And I literally don't have the right tools with me right now. So this is gonna be a little weird to do. But yeah, let's see. Let's see what we can do. We should be able to do this. You know what? Actually, let me do this. Alright. So let's get this out of the way. This. Push this up there. Move this. Okay. Move this. Move that. Throw this up there. Alright, let's see if we can get any more air pressure out of this fucking thing. I think we're done though. Oh, no, we're not. Alright. Perfect. Alright, that's all I needed at the end of the day. Alright, so now you can see this is nice and clean now for the most part. And it will do very nicely to sit on this build. So what we can do, grab some of this random shit out. Move the GPU, I'm just gonna move it over to the other desk on this side. Cause we gotta lay her down. Now, you won't be able to see much here, but I'll try to do as much as I can in front of you. So, let's see. So, let me grab this. Yeah. That. Let's see what you can see. Alright, so actually, I'll just show you real quick. Putting the CPU in is super easy. So I gotta pull the RAM out, which I'm gonna do here in a second. But then I got to wipe that down. But let me pull everything off real quick. Unplug the CPU power. Let me put the socket down just a little bit. Pop these RAMs out. And what I noticed about this build, and I don't know who built it, but I gave this one to my mom because it was basically a donation from a friend of which I built PCs for his business, and I had never bothered to actually look at it. I just knew it worked, and it worked well. So I mean, they're good. They were built well. No complaints there whatsoever. It's just they had the RAM in the wrong slot. A little bit of dust on the RAM. That's alright. Cool. So then, let's do this. Okay. That's not gonna go. So, I don't know how high I can make this, but we're gonna try. So actually, you know what? Let's do this. You guys are gonna see this part, the live me switching everything around, but when I highlight the video, I'm gonna cut these parts out. So that'll work, actually. That'll be really good. So we're gonna be working on the computer like this for now. So let's just okay. How's it look? Like shit. Alright, so hold on. So we're gonna take this. Take that. Does this work? Okay, that actually looks like it works. Alright, so we take this, put that bar up, and put the CPU back in. CPU should be good. As long as it didn't fuck anything when it dropped out, which is still a wee bit embarrassing a lot. But also, like, it's always, like, stuck in before. Well, that's alright. Well, that's alright. Let's see if it slides in, alright. Alright. That's fine. It pops in, alright, so go ahead and stick that back in. And then what I want to do is see some of the dust right there. I'm going to get some of that shit up. Get some of that. Good old alcohol. Just clean up. Get all like a nice little touch. Doesn't take much. Not much at all. Clean up these VRMs or whatever these are called. MOSFETs, stuff like that, all caps. Open these up, so closed. All the I/O inputs. This little heat shield or heat sink, I should say. This stuff over there. All right, cool. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. You should have seen what it came, how it looked before. It was pretty bad. It was pretty dusty. Alright, so we'll just put the RAM back in. We can fucking do that now. So whenever you're putting 2 sticks of RAM in, you want them in the second and fourth slot. It's usually like A2 and B2. DIMM A2 and B2. Sometimes it's marked a little bit differently, but second and fourth slot. If you only have 2 slots, it doesn't matter. Just put them in both, obviously, or the first slot. See a little bit of dust right there. Some wires, the headers. Okay. Let's get in there with this. Right. Kind of alcohol wipes some of this other stuff down. Cool. I think we're ready to start putting stuff back together. I do have to find how many fan headers are on here. 1, 2. Fantastic. Well, this ain't gonna be the 1, 2. Thought I would have at least one more. But I guess not, mates. Okay, that's alright. Alright, I'll be right back. Actually, no, I won't be right back. Honestly, 2 fans. Oh. I wonder if I could. Oh, you know what? Let me go find a fan splitter. I can do that. You know what? Alright, so I'm actually going to put a Molex fan in and fucking as the exhaust, and then I'm going to plug this fan, this intake fan in to right here, right there, right meow. And then that way there's an intake. For this kind of system, it'll be more than enough, which will be really nice. This type of system doesn't usually have an intake and an exhaust. It's usually just an exhaust, so that'll be good. So I'm gonna put this. Take this zip tie off. Oh, righty then, lads. We'll take a couple things we gotta do. Alright. So, what was the next step that I was going to do? I was going to put some fucking... Oh, this fan. Okay, yeah. So, I gotta get some fan screws. I'll just start with one. Let me tell you, if you're into building PCs, I swear to God, buy a electric screwdriver. If for nothing else than installing fans. There's another tech tip, like, watch. Instead of hand screwing this in, you set it up pretty easily without hitting the camera too much. And bam. So then, usually, obviously I have to set one of them. And then there we go. So usually what I like to do with fans is just keep it level, even if you can't see it with the CPU. So keep it right about there. Well, that's pretty low, but yeah, I mean, that's the lowest it'll go, but that's awesome. Dropped a few screws. I'll pick these up real quick. Oh. Okay, by a few screws I mean like a few hundred. I'm almost done. I was in the army. I'm good at picking up shit fast for no fucking reason. You know what? Before I set that fan in too far, let me make sure that everything works properly. Alright. Oh, you know what? I wonder... it's not gonna solve my problem, son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Okay. What can I do? Be right back. Alright, well, I've decided that I'm going to just go with the current setup and we'll just fucking roll with that. I don't have much of a solution because the power supply doesn't have a Molex connector and it's a modular power supply, but the person that built this is long gone. Well, not like dead, like I don't know where they went. So we are kind of SOL there, but that's okay, I guess. Should we just slap an M.2 in here and call it a fucking day? And it's a solid ass system. Nah, fuck that. I could use an SSD. Alright. So, yeah. So I'm gonna take this fan out. I'm actually put a much better fan in. I'm gonna put a tried and true single fan setup. And then once I find a fan splitter, I'll pop this bad boy open and stick that in. But thermal shouldn't be bad. Thermal shouldn't be bad at all. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go get that fan. So, actually, I found an even better idea. I'm going to throw one of my favorite basic fans in, fucking Thermaltake. The Ring 12 fans. They're really nice, super basic. And by basic, I mean like there's nothing to them. They have shielded cables, which is really nice. Like everything looks really nice, and the output is really high, and they're like $10 a piece, $12 a piece, or something like that. And they have a really nice blue. So this is a really nice blue. So we're gonna put this in, and this will be our little touch that we add to this build, which will be nice because it needs just a little bit of a boost in aesthetic. But again, we will slide this all the way down. Set that like that. Okay. So actually, I don't know why I stood this up. Alright. One, and two, and three. Okay, last one. Oops, lost it. Oh, I'm losing it. Okay, well, whatever. That one looks good. Alright. So now, we're going to put the CPU cooler back on. And we're going to repaste everything. No, it's still... There. That should be solid. See the CPU. There we go. Alright, perfect. So, the paste that I use, nothing special. It's Thermaltake. No, it's not. It's not. You know what? We're gonna treat this one. We're gonna do this one up. I'm gonna throw some. I have a random bottle of. Fuck, where's the other one at? Someone gave me one, actually. I don't know where the fuck it is. Oh well. Some Arctic MX4 on, because why not? The thermal paste isn't worth cheaping out on. So I like to do this. I'll put some on the CPU, and then there's really no real right way to do this from what I understand, but then if you look at where that little ring is right there, I kind of just prime it a little bit, prime it up, and yep, there we go. We'll set that down. We'll set that off, the CPU cooler off the side. We gotta get this back plate. This is the challenging part usually, but what I like to do is I get a tiny little box, and you won't hurt anything if you're just gentle with everything, of course. I get a tiny little box, like that. Set the box down, lift up the computer, set it behind it, and you'll just kind of have to figure it out from there. But usually this works, but it actually might, that box might actually be too big. So what we can do is this. This is actually probably a much better idea. Oh, my command group is falling. Alright. Okay. So we got this. Slide that under there. Oh yeah, this is gonna work out beautifully. Okay. This works out a lot better. I'll figure out where the holes are. There they are. Perfect. There we go. Alright, that's all I needed. Alright. Go to AMD to the left. Set that down. I kind of like to let it sit for a second. Oh shit. Let it sit for a second. Give it a little smear. And then secure one side. Get a bite on the other. Make sure you got a bite on both sides. Actually, oh shit. That's the issue right there. Once you counter a couple of the two opposite ones, you're locked in. You're good to go. And then just, slowly tighten around in a star pattern or whatever the fuck it's called, but yeah. That way. This one needs some love. That's all tight. Whatever. We ever can't fucking get one side right, or if there's one that doesn't go in, kinda, that should have bit. I think that bit. Alright, cool. Yep, we're good. Nice. Okay, cool. CPU core is back on, repasted with some not chalk. So that's perfect. That's good. I feel good about that. Alright, cool. So we'll put that down. Plug all CPU coolies back in. And then we'll kind of set it like that. And then we'll take this fan. We're gonna have to route it up actually, because the GPU is gonna get put in. We'll just set that in there, like so. Can't fucking see. There we go. Okay. We'll set that up like that. And actually, what I can do is that. Okay. Now, everyone's favorite part, the GPU. So, let's take these brackets off because it's a 2-slotter, if I'm not mistaken. Set that right there, set right there. And then what we're throwing in here is an AMD HD 6870. It's a 1 gig. Honestly, it's a beast for being a 1 gig card. So, you know, don't underestimate this fucking card. It's nice. And I just realized that before we do that, I've got to finish up the motherboard screws. I always make sure the motherboard is secured before I start tugging on shit because mostly my paranoia, but you know, you don't want to be tugging on a circuit board without it being secured in a general sense, because that's just not good. So I run that right there. Run that right there. I think that's threading. Is it? No, it's not. Okay. So that's gonna bring up these. So good. There we go. Okay. I think the motherboard's all tightened up. Alright, so then I think we're good to throw the GPU in. Oh, you know what? I just thought of something. This shit doesn't have fucking PCIe. Seriously? Oh, what's this actually? What's that? Oh. Okay. So then... Okay, shit. I didn't even think about that. You know what? Slight change of plans. We're about to switch the power supply out, which is fine because I will use this one for my test bench. Alright. Excuse me. Okay, there we go. Oh, shoot. matter. Alright. Undo that. Take this. And this. And this. And this. And this. Put it over here. And then we'll come and get this. Alrighty, and we'll go ahead and swap it with an EVGA 450 W3. So, in fact, we can put the fan facing up so that there's more of an airflow, huh? Nah, fuck that. I don't like that. I don't like the PSU heat. The idea of the PSU heat coming up. Not at all. Alright, so let me tuck this PSU in where it needs to be real quick. Which, that's an awkward one again. Okay. Alright, so that PSU's in. Now we have everything we need and more. And the hilarious thing is we have Molex now too. So what we can do is can actually put a Molex fan. We're gonna put a fan on the top. We're gonna put a fan on the top. Why? Because we fucking can, and this is Warbear Tech. This is a Warbear Tech video. We do budget builds, but we do budget builds fucking nice. And we do budget builds fucking right. Until I can't find my fucking screws. But how the fuck did they go? Oh, I'm losing it. Oh, that's right. Duh. Okay. That's what I used. Yep. So we're just gonna tack it on right now with 1 and 2. The reason I use separate screws is because these are self-tapping screws, so they make the installing a little bit smoother. So we're gonna turn system. Like this. We'll grab this fan. So before we do anything with the fan, let's give it a little wipe down. Give it some love. a Brazilian blowout. And then there we go. The fan in something like this. There's one. And there's two. Right. So Molex. There. Start with this. We'll deal with that later. CPU. Can come all the way around like this. And then honestly it can just fucking get plugged in. It doesn't really fucking matter. You can't see a whole lot in this case, unfortunately, but a nice little blue coming out of it will be kind of cool, I think. And we'll see that showcased here momentarily once I get all of this figured out. Okay, perfect. That'll work. Okay. Alright. So then I was just looking at the RAM. I can tell what kind of RAM we're running. So we'll plug our little SSD friend in. Oh, I'm so stupid. This is not like hard drives don't need to. What's nice is like you can kind of just fucking stick a SSD wherever you need to stick it, depending on the fixture of the case or the fitting of the case. I think that's plugged in. Oh, it is. Okay. This red data cable. That into the one closest to the CPU. And then this can just go fucks itself. Okay, cool. Alright. So this, I'll tuck it right there. Alright. So, oh, you know what? This is actually going to have to go something like this. So, we'll leave it like that. Alright, video card time. So, as with any video card, we'll turn the system again. right up in there. Oh shit. There we go. Okay. We'll go right up in there. Alright. Alright, we'll get the GPU set in there now. Alright, cool. So with any good installing of a GPU, just make sure everything has clearance first and foremost. Is actually it's gonna go like that. Take that one out nicely. Cool, that'll work. We'll go ahead and install the GPU. And it slots right in. Bam. We'll get a couple screws. Well, let's see if this one works for now. Just to secure one. Oh shit, never mind. We have thumb screws for this. Nice. Yeah. Alright, and then it's two 6-pin connectors for this old school beast. This used to be a beastly GPU, but not like super beastly, but a nice, fun, easy to play some really good games on really high graphics back in the day. Like it'd run the shit out of Diablo. And that was my favorite game back in the day. So we'll kinda give those a little bendy down. It should be okay. Then let's see what we can do here. VGA can kind of get tucked away this way. So can these. Plenty of hard drive space, plenty of SATA cables for whoever may want this. But also, just want to make everything look a little bit more decent in here. Okay. We've got USB coming through. We're going to want that to come all the way through and under, because, yeah, okay. That's fine there for now. What's this? That's that. This can actually get stuck right there. That looks good. And what's this? That fan. Oh, sorry. Need to plug it. Okay. That's out of the way, that's out of the way. Now I just need all of these. Actually, power is okay. So okay. Not really concerned about the HDLG. Okay. So we'll do reset. We'll do power LED plus and minus. Let's go on. Looks like it. Oh shit. Looks like it. Okay. And then power switch. There. This should be good. Alright. Moment of truth, yeah? Let's hit this. See if this bad boy turns on. Fuck, I lost my command group. CPU, motherboard, oh, HD, USB needs to get plugged. Alright. There's a bundle of wires right here that we're gonna not do anything about because you're not gonna see them. And this is definitely not worth my time in fucking cable management to a certain extent. Okay. Here goes nothing, boys. See if we can't get some video out of this. Okay. That makes sense. Alright, here we go. Alright. There. Let's see. Alright. It breathes. Let's see if it lives. Alright. She's on. Let's see if she posts properly. Oh, there we go. Yep, we got post. Sweet. Boop. Yep, sick. Alright. Do we have air coming out the top? We do. Have air coming out the back? We do. Alright. So now we will hit setup. And then let me turn this around a little bit. So here's what the system looks like, said and done. So I think there's plenty of exhaust. You know what I mean? Alright. So yeah, CPU's looking a little warm, but that's pretty expected. It should be okay. We'll let the... Oh, it's an APU, that's why it's a little bit warmer. Okay, fair enough. That's alright. So then we'll do F10, enter, and we'll just log in. So yeah. Alright, I gotta let it install its drivers. And we'll do its thing. So yeah, cool. Thanks for watching, guys. We're gonna get through all of this dumb shit. And yeah, so here it is. So we'll say yes for now. Alright, and I'm just gonna install the drivers. But yeah, overall, while it does that, let's take a look and make sure everything's actually installed. So we'll go over the performance. So we got AMD, or we got AMD, looks very AMD, but we got Ryzen 5 2400 Golf, or 2400G, 500 gigs on an Western Digital SSD, and we have two 4 gig sticks of RAM, which I gotta figure out what's taking up so much RAM, but that should be okay. That's not gonna be a big deal. I'm gonna reformat everything anyways. But yeah, so other than that, I think that's it. Thanks for watching, guys, and yeah, thanks everybody. Have a good one, and thanks for watching the stream.